Hey people, Complaining Gamer. This video is going to be episode 3 of Talking Points, and as always, if your computer can handle it, watch in 720p HD. And if you're on my channel, please note the playlist next to uploads just above the video. This is going to be useful for those of you looking for a very specific type of video from me. Okay, so for all of you who don't know, in Talking Points I cover all the latest topics and questions. Everything related to Call of Duty, mixed in with some of my opinion and some facts, as well as feedback from you people out there. As always, the gameplay isn't particularly important, so let's just get straight to it. Okay people, so today I'm going to be mixing up the format a little bit. It's going to be a sort of a question and answer format, where I'm going to put a question to you, it's going to appear on screen, and your answer can come in the form of a comment below the video. Jumping right in there, I am going to be hitting you with a big one straight off the bat, and this is going to hurt some people's balls. Okay, is Call of Duty Black Ops done? Is it done already? By this I mean, how much life, what is the lifespan of this game? How much longevity does it have? How many of you feel as though this game, you know, we've seen it all before, we've done it all before? Like, how long before, I mean, already gameplay and commentary, it's already irrelevant, because by now, you know, we're talking a week in, people know the maps, they know the weapons, they know the tactics, it's all out there. So because this isn't so different to Modern Warfare, but it feels more like World at War, how much life does this game actually have? Moving on to another issue and addressing some of the points I made in previous episodes of Talking Points. Now, I said that I received information from the PC players of this game that there was a lot of bugs. Apparently, they have been patched. So apparently the PC version of this game plays very well. Now, moving on to those crybabies out there. There are plenty of you, and you all wear Astros on your head. Now, for those of you that don't get that reference at all, it's basically a little point out to sound whores. So it appears the Call of Duty community, the wannabe hardcore gamer that isn't a hardcore gamer and doesn't get paid to play games, apparently has made their voice heard. So Treyarch are listening, and they are going to make audio adjustments so that those of you that want to make the most of Ninja, and those of you that want to make the most of the surround sound environment, you're going to be able to do that, as well as obviously Treyarch patching many other issues. Going back to my earlier point about the lifespan slash, you know, longevity of this game, I could also change those words to boredom. I'd love to know when you people feel the potential boredom of this game can kick in, because for me personally, I wouldn't say I'm bored, but I do already feel as though I know just about everything there is that you need to know in terms of maps, tactics, etc, etc. So, as always people, you can expect me to do all the complaining so you don't have to. And a big complaint of mine is the campers. Now, let's just throw out some ridiculous ideas to see what you guys think. Like, I realise ultimately there is nothing you can do about it, nothing that can be said about it. But if you were to throw out some potential fixes, if you had to fix the camping situation, what would you suggest? What would you do? I mean, some of the ideas that people have come up with would be, if you are too static, if you are in a very small environment for a given amount of time, you die or you get kicked out of the game. I mean, some of my friends, they would have you like kicked out the game, booted off Xbox Live, hit by a car. You know, it would go quite far if they had their way. Moving on to some positives for a minute, and some of you will already know some of the things that I really do like in this game, and one of the things is the statistics page. They are insane. The stats in this game are a big selling point, I'm sure, for a lot of people. I mean, the downside is they're fucked, they're completely wrong, but you know, they're there and they're pretty cool. Another particular love of mine is the theatre, the Black Ops theatre. I've done videos on it and I talk about it all the time. And okay, it's whatever, it's robbed, it's borrowed, it's copied from Halo, but I think they've taken the idea, ran with it, and done a better job than Halo. I absolutely love the Black Ops theatre. another big plus, and this relates to just the hardcore game types, is that retard teammates that insist on killing teammates, they get booted after 3 team kills. And this is always a feature that only Treyarch have ever had. Infinity Ward never had this boot system. In the same way that Infinity Ward never had hardcore FFA, even though people asked for it. Now, going back and addressing some points I made in earlier episodes of Talking Points, one of them being the inflated online numbers that I thought were a little bit over the top. It turns out Treyarch have come out with a press release saying yes, our online stats were absolute dog shit. So this 4 million that was 4 million online one time, one console, it was bollocks. In reality, the numbers are closer to around 800,000 to 1 million peak time. So that was a huge doctoring of the numbers there. So let's talk zombies for a moment. I previously gave a shout out to the zombie players saying you guys got absolutely screwed with the map situation. I've since been informed that if you buy the bought the hardened edition, you got the sort of 1-2 maps that come with Black Ops, but you also get all of the previous zombie maps from World at War. And in a way, it's like it's kind of good, I guess, but it's like, yeah, they're from World at War, you fucking lazy bastards. But it's better than nothing, I suppose. A particular complaint that some people have had is to do with the hit detection. Some people feel as though the hit detection is poor, and in a way I can sort of agree with that, in the sense that I have seen a lot of kills where the bullets are on them, off them, nowhere near them, on them, under the eyes. I mean, it's some stuff that's a real mess, and when you mix like a sort of dodgy game mechanic with lag, then you really are in for an interesting experience. In a previous episode, I touched on the point of skill and Call of Duty and how I felt that the two don't even really fit in the same sentence. And a user commented that Counter-Strike takes 10 times the skill. Now, please feel free to comment on whether you believe that or not. But my feelings on the whole skill thing, playability, how accessible is a game, it comes down to this. The gaming industry, they're offering a product. It's a business. It's as simple as that. It's a business. So what do you, when you make a product, when you're offering a service, what are you looking for? Well, you're looking for mass appeal, aren't you? You're looking for that wide audience, and if you make a game too hard, you kill that mass appeal. So, in a way, there is sort of no counter-argument. You could say, well, the game has to be accessible, it has to be playable, because they want the mass appeal, because they want that, billion dollar sales, biggest entertainment release of all time. So, anyway, something I'm actually very, very curious about, and I can only get this from the, talking to you people out there, the community. Now, I always have, always will, and continue to play hardcore. I prefer it. I think it's more skilled. There is no radar. There's no... Basically, what I'm most interested in is, obviously, standard, core, as they call it, is the most popular game type. But I would love to hear from you people why that is, because I've never seen that the appeal of a guy taking bullets and bullets and bullets and bullets and bullets. And I fully understand that people feel as though the core in this game is better and they take a lot less now, but even so, that you will still have shocking experiences. So, I mean, if I was to try and see it from your people's perspective, the people that do play core, you could say, yeah, but hardcore, like, people just sit in corners. And you're absolutely right. The camping is, it can be painful. But the other argument is, if you are not the person camping, if you're the guy trying to find the campers, then there is a degree of skill to that, because you're the one running around the map whilst the guy just sitting in the corner's got all the advantage. But by no means does that make it good, you know what I mean, to have campers. But on the flip side, so does standard. You know, standard has just as many campers as hardcore. Moving on, and this is something that Treyarch need to get punched in the face for. The party searching system. Now, on their website, on their forum, they claimed that they fixed this. Now, this was a fix that they did on the 11th, but conveniently, that fix has now gone back to an in-progress update, you know, patch. There are little ways around it, you know, if you know the system of players found, matches found, recommended. Like, you don't need to wait for your friends to get booted. You as the host should back out and then just search again, like, and just do that, because in reality, it's supposed to get you people into a game in around 10 to 20 seconds. Now, all I can say is I hope that when they patch it, they do it well, and the party searching results become much better. Okay, so by now you've stuck with me for a little bit, people. Some of my points you will agree with, some you will disagree with, some will make you probably hate me. But one which is undeniably across the board, everybody agrees. Now, this is the map rotation system. For some reason, I believe the game has 18 maps, something like this. But you play the same 5 maps over and over and over and over and over again. And I really don't understand this. I don't understand why the map system just doesn't mix it up a bit more. So, you know, please feel free to comment on that particular issue. Now, if we want to talk like game style, gameplay, the way people play, there is a few, you know, let's talk good points and bad points. A good point, they've actually made the Cobra, the what was a shitty little chopper, it's become quite good now. Yeah, so they've actually made that quite good. But there are a few sort of random weird things in this game. I don't know if you people have noticed this, but the game has an auto lock-on feature. Regardless of what you turn off, you turn everything off. And in a way, it's quite negative to the person you're about to kill, because this auto lock-on that I've noticed, it works through fences, through walls, through ceilings. It's insane. So don't worry if you haven't got a clue what I'm on about. That's because you're oblivious to your own feet. But don't worry about that. Just getting more positive for a moment, and I'd just like to talk about certain things which I think are done very well in this game, in Black Ops. And one is the killstreak situation. And I think it is absolutely fantastic that a killstreak doesn't lead to a killstreak. I think it is brilliant that you have to earn each kill. Now, this comes... But the other point that this takes me to is the killstreak that you earn, because you have earned it in maybe a slightly more difficult fashion, is it overpowered? You know, the chopper gunner, is that overpowered? Or do you have the right to have that much power because of the way you've earned it? Please leave a comment. People, on that point, I'm going to need to start closing out this video because I'm coming very close to the 15-minute limit. There's just a few extra things I'd like to finish on. These Talking Points episodes, they are not just restricted to one game. It just so happens that Black Ops is the game of the moment. And some of you who are brand new, thank you for watching. And as always, to those of you who are always, you know, always there showing the support, thank you very much as well. There are certain topics, issues, points, questions that I haven't been able to cover in this episode, which I will cover in a future episode. And please remember, I'll put all the questions I've raised to you in the description bar. And if you've got any questions, please raise them and I'll try and put them in the next episode. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there, people. Thank you very much for your time. And remember to come back and watch me again.